Trigger warning. This episode contains triggering topics like sexual assault, rape, and murder.
With all powers combined.
We create the Stank Space Podcast you are witnessing at this moment. I interrupt this podcast 20 seconds in to let you know that we are experimenting with our setup, so sorry for any quality issues.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of the Stank Space Podcast, guys. How are you going?
So you promise you could definitely turn me into a Super Saiyan and edit with that?
I will do the absolute best I can. I have done that in a YouTube video that I've created before, so I will do my best.
Y'all about to get jealous.
Very jealous.
Season 2, Episode 2.
And what a wonderful episode to have murder on.
Yeah, we're taking it back to the roots. We're going to talk about murder. Remember that one time we talked about that guy who fed ladies to a crocodile? That was crazy.
Ah, yeah.
Or an alligator,
you guys
maybe.
can go back
Australia.
on Anchor or on our YouTube, and our YouTube is kind of messed up. I saw a comment about someone was talking about they don't recognize us, but they recognize us, and like they don't understand how we have 2,000 subscribers.
It's us, baby.
I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna be honest. It's us. That's who we are, and we have 2,000 subscribers because I used to have a YouTube channel before this. So I thought,
and she wanted to revamp. She wanted to change it up.
Changing the content. I thought it would be.
You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to leave. It's totally cool.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you do stay, hit us with a comment and be like, "What's up? Here from the beginning, first 2K."
Yeah, you wanted to change it up, and I was like, I want to do a podcast. It was one of the big things we talked about. Mm-hmm. So we're like, fuck it, why not? Let's. You've already got a channel. You want to change your shit anyway. Let's do it. Yeah. And eventually we'll do gaming videos and other cool shit too. Like,
yeah, I mean, why not, man?
We're gonna add it in.
Things are changing up a little. I hope you guys like what we're doing so far.
Yeah, so welcome if you're new, and hello if you're staying, and goodbye if you're leaving.
Facts.
Lit.
No, I don't think there was any untruths there.
Yeah.
Untruths.
Yeah. Don't James Charles us, bro. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. Hot boys on TikTok be hitting me up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, shit. I can't even joke about it. Isn't that what got Shane Dawson fucked up?
What?
About fucking his cat?
Oh, yeah, no.
He didn't really.
Podcast, yeah,
was it decided he didn't really fuck his cat?
Who knows?
Oh. I thought it was like, yeah, he did fuck his cat. He didn't fuck his cat.
There's no.
For legal reasons, Shane Dawson did not fuck his cat. Correct?
For legal reasons.
Yeah, he's friends with Jeffree Star, bro. I don't think I can handle Jeffree Star lawyers.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think we can handle any lawyers, actually.
I also hate that I know all this weird YouTube shit, but I'm always like slightly behind.
Yeah, I'm definitely more caught up than you are. I should just send you every like podcast or like news thing I watch. Shout out to the H3H3 podcast. Ethan, Trisha, you're great.
Yeah, love you.
I love you, and your red hair is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, if you ever see this, your red hair is amazing.
I hope you haven't changed it when you see this, because she will see it.
Yeah, when you guys see this and invite us on the podcast, you'll be like, wow, that was so nice that they said that about our red.
We are manifesting this. This is going to happen. Manifestation.
We're going to be famous. We're going to be big. And then we'll start my own makeup line. I'm going to dominate the makeup industry.
And then I'll, what's a manly thing? I don't even know.
I'll say
hammers, watches.
Hammers and watches? Those are manly things, yeah, I guess. That was a weird laugh, bro.
I was trying not to laugh like super hard. I don't want the mic to explode.
Yeah. You sounded like a balloon getting deflated. That was fantastic. So you said you got some spicy murder.
I do. Last episode, dude, we talked about the Golden State Killer getting convicted and shit.
Yeah, old guy who was a cop. Surprise.
Surprise. Well, I did a lot more research on him because I was very interested in this man's, and in all honesty, I just haven't done enough research on this guy.
Yeah, he's one of my faves, so I'm excited to see the stuff that stood out to you.
His name Let's start with that. Let's start with his name.
Yeah, let's start with his name, honestly. For real, like...
Joseph James D'Angelo.
Whoa. That's intense.
That's 2 J's, dude.
Joseph James D'Angelo. That sounds like... That's like a good reporter name.
I feel like...
And I'm Joseph James D'Angelo with Channel 5.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh.
Who murdered these people?
I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't me, sir. Joseph James D'Angelo.
So he was a police officer, Mr. Joseph Officer D'Angelo in Cali, in good old California.
Yes. Yeah, in California.
He was in between the years of 1973 and 1986 is when he committed, let's see, 13 murders, 50 rapes, and 120 burglaries.
Yeah,
is that a record? I don't
it's
know.
high up. It's a long time to be active too. Like, and the amount of space that he covered. Like, he's the Golden State Killer because they thought all his murders were like these other guys, and then they connected all the dots and found out like they were naming serial killers that was just him in a different county.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he would. Yeah, that's exactly actually the note I have here is that he would go on crime sprees all over California, and he had different names for each spree that he went on. The Vasilla Ransacker that was in. I swear, I worked so hard to try to say this name right. San
Joaquin?
I think.
Is it like Joaquin
San
Phoenix?
Valley?
San Joaquin Valley. Let me see it.
It's Joaquin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good guess.
I apologize to people who can say that better than me.
No, I think that fits. I think it works. You're good.
Yeah, so Vasilla Ransacker. Ooh, that doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, that's a boo. That's a bad.
That's not a good one.
A lot of serial killers have the worst names, man.
I want to talk to the man who decided that name.
Yeah.
In Sacramento, he was known as the East Area Rapist.
Yeah, he did a lot of that.
I mean, that one's okay. Like, that one's okay. I mean, for
what he was doing.
Sure. It's right out there, East Area, and he's a rapist.
Yeah, but is it one you can tout? Like, when you go to jail and inevitably people be like, yeah, I was the East Side rapist. Everyone's going to be like, okay, fucking cool for you.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. Dude, that's gross. From my understanding, most people in prison don't like rapists.
Yeah.
It's, like, not a thing.
I hope that every rapist and pedophile that goes to jail gets beaten up at least once. At least once. Yeah. I think that's why they put them in their own jails now. Yeah. It's because they do get beat up or worse. So at least once. Here is the best nickname that they've given him: the Night Stalker, the original.
Y'all know me, still the same OG.
Oh yeah.
Night Stalker, because there was another serial killer who was the Night Stalker. Didn't do the research and know his name. But,
Richard Ramirez.
Yeah, and then as soon as you said that, I literally saw the.
Yeah, he thought he was like he had like satanic powers and shit. He was gross.
He's gross, not cool.
But that's the cool name.
He can have the Night Stalker name because original Night Stalker, dude. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone else who could be the original Night Stalker.
Yeah, we're gonna look into it. We're gonna have to look into it.
Original?
We're gonna have to find out who is the original
first one.
Quote Night Stalker unquote.
And that name was actually in Santa Barbara, Ventura, and Orange County.
Yeah,
so that's a lot.
Yeah.
He got around.
Yeah, he did. But that's another thing that made him so hard to catch, was because he was, and being a cop, he would understand how county patrols and shit and like sections of these areas are split up amongst the police precincts, and like. They don't really, at that time, from my understanding, this may come off as bigoted, and I'm trying to be. From my understanding, police precincts were pretty territorial in that era. Now they work, well together, but in that area, it was like, we're trying to catch these guys, we're going to be these, and like other outsiders were like, no, if they tried to help with the case. And if they had to, they would share information, and but they were trying to be the ones who caught him. which is cool. Like, good. Competition's healthy, but sometimes you got to work together.
Yeah.
And they've learned that.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean...
I don't always shit on cops.
Okay.
But, that's what made him so deadly is because he knew, like, if he did murders and rapes and dumb shit in this area for one spree and then went to another, he's less likely to get caught because one of the reasons that criminals get caught the most is that they return to the same crime scene. So he was real smart. He played that shit well.
He did. But you know what he didn't play well? He would call the police and like taunt them, and the victims he would call and stuff. I think I remember an interview, and I might be incorrect. It's very possible that I will be, of a police officer who got a call from him and was taunted by him, and just like he was like, couldn't understand it at all.
Yeah, he got off on it. I think it was like sexually charged. If I might be misspeaking, but I think so.
Hello? Hello?
I mean,
that's crazy
that's
though. That's some
rape,
horror movie shit.
Yeah.
Me and Tori were just talking about that today, about how horror movies pull like the shit that we get scared of, or at least I did. Like growing up, Scream was the movie that scared me. Mm-hmm. I just thought it was really well written. Like I think Scream is one of the best horror movies made in its era. Mm-hmm. But like the way that it was set up was scary to me because like also growing up, I'm reading about these murder cases where like the killer does call and shit and does do weird shit and like toy with the police and toy with the victims, and I was like, oh, it's creepy. And then you learn that the directors like pulled shit from actual murder cases and like basically just repeated it.
Yeah.
And that's always freaked me out.
Yeah, that is.
And I think that's why it scares people, because it's like something believable, like in your subconscious, like that's what scares me at least, like the believable shit. Ghosts are like, okay, haha. Like the Nun didn't really scare me.
Yeah.
But
see, I think everything scares me. The ghosts.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Like, yeah, I mean, I definitely believe that there is spiritual beings, and there are certain ones that you should be scared of, but there's other ones that you shouldn't be scared
there's
of.
There's definitely probably like scary energy and like stuff that manifests probably. You could. Do you believe in alternate dimensions? Maybe. Yes. Maybe it's a thing. I believe in science. Science says it's possible, so fuck it. Why not? Maybe ghosts are just aliens from a different dimension fucking with us.
Do you think they blinded us with science? I hear a child.
Our pineal glands. They blinded our pineal glands with science. Yeah, he's up and he's hopping around, but he sounds happy, so I'm gonna let him chill.
Yeah, he can chill.
Yeah, we could finish this out. Like,
hell yeah, man.
Like, because we started talking about aliens.
Dude, I love how we get off. I'm gonna. If you don't like it, audience, that's fine. But I love how we get off track and suddenly talk about.
Well, that's why you've got
aliens.
the Notebook of Wisdom.
Yes, the Notebook of Wisdom.
And you always know where we leave off at. We're prepared.
Well, so last episode we talked about how he was arrested with the DNA.
Yeah.
It was 4/24/18.
4/20?
4/24/18.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They did a DNA test, and he was found to be the killer.
Got him.
It was his grandkids that had sent it in through Ancestry DNA, and they figured it out.
And that sparked a huge debate, too, on whether or not the police should be able to use that. But it's like public domain, so they technically can.
I think they should be able to, but...
If it hits their database.
I also think people should have a choice to not include their DNA in that, which they do.
I think the way they did it is they went person to person that they knew matched up with it, and they were like, "Can you test this?" And like, yeah, and then they'd be like, "Okay, it's not him, but we're closer now."
Yeah.
And like they followed that up, and then they eventually were able to figure out like, "Oh, it's probably this guy here. Like he matches everything. That would be it." And he confessed to it, so they were right.
Yeah. And, okay, so he confessed, they arrest him. You know what's funny? He wasn't charged for any of the rapes and burglaries because of statute of limitations. How? Okay. Yeah. Who thought that was a good idea? Who was
well,
like,
it's
you
an
know
often
what?
argued thing
If
that
I commit a murder, I should be able to get away with that murder for this many years, and then I could admit everything and
I
be
think
free.
it's because there's the question of doubt in which, like, what makes sense to me is at least, like, after that long enough period of time, like, first person testimony is out the window. No one can remember something perfectly that long. Like, it's just a fact. Like, so, like, it kind of dwindles the evidence in a case to where, like, maybe it wouldn't be able to be held up in the system that we have now.
Yeah.
I think, like, it's pretty wild. But they also, like, you know, there are ways of getting justice even years later, and we've seen it happen. And we see it happen now. Like, they're at least trying him for the murders, which is, he's gone forever. Like, I don't think he'll ever obviously get out. He's pretty old now.
Yeah, I mean, he pled guilty to everything. He got 13 counts of first-degree murder and 13 counts of kidnapping. He got, let's see, how many years? He's serving 11 consecutive life terms without parole, so... AKA, you're gonna die in prison, Grandpa. I put that in my notes.
Yeah. I haven't really seen you get, like...
He's
like
75.
Maybe they could put his brain in a robot body to study him.
Dude, like, in Futurama, when the crazy serial killer stabby guy got put into Hermes' robot body, and he was like, ha-ha!
Yeah, I remember that. Just like that. But, like, he would just be they probably wouldn't put him in a body that could kill things. Maybe he'd be like R2-D2. He's just like a trash can with a head in it that floats around and just, like, knocks into things. But, like, okay, speaking of serial killers that got caught and, like, are probably going to die, Ted Bundy definitely, he got the, like, you know, I don't know, was it lethal injection or electric chair? I don't know, but yeah, he got the death sentence. But up until the death sentence, he did, like, a lot of work with the FBI and, like, advanced their knowledge crazy on how at least the white male serial killer patterns would, like, work. And, like, he helped them catch a lot of shit. Like, it's a pretty well-known fact for people that like to study and look up serial killers and stuff. Like, he actually helped them out a lot. So it's like, I always thought, man, what if they didn't? What if they, like, halted his death penalty and learned as much as they can? Because I'm sure he still had more shit he could tell. Because for real, for a while, they only thought it was, like, white men. Like, the statistic for it being white men was so high that, like, the black community kind of suffered. There are a couple of cases during that time where the black community suffered because they were, like, they weren't looking at the right, unfortunately, like, the right color of people. They weren't profiling the serial killer correctly. Yeah. They were saying it's this guy, and his profile wasn't matching. And it was because they had no information on, like, different cultures and how it affects other serial killers. And I feel like he could have helped with that shit too, because he was like that guy. He was like giving them information. I don't think he's like a legend or anything. I don't revel him. I think he was an evil person. I just mean, like, it's crazy that they used a bad guy to, like, learn so much in the time. And, like, I wonder if there was other stuff they could have learned.
I mean, you got to think about it like medicine as well. To back in the day, they were, like, drilling people's brains out to, like, help with headaches or something. Like,
you got a headache? I'm just going to carve a hole in your skull.
Literally, like, it's so crazy. And, like, but if we wouldn't have learned from that bad shit... then we wouldn't be where we are today, fucking cutting people's brains completely open and replacing them with new brains, practically.
I agree. One of the oldest forms of medicine, I think, is dentistry, like, that we know of. So, like, people was fucking around pulling shit out of people's heads a long time ago.
Cavemen just...
So, yeah, I see your comparison. So we just got to use what we have now until we figure it out better. Yeah. But, like, I think that's what they should do. Study people more. Yes. Figure it out.
Study people. I think that would be the answer to a lot of different world problems, is if we just study the people who are running them. You know how we talked about the pedophiles who get, like, special prisons? Mr. Joseph, Golden State Killer Joseph. He's actually chilling in protective custody.
Oof.
Protective custody in California State Prison.
It's because he's so famous, they're probably like, no doubt someone's going to want to kill him. If at least just to be like the dude that's like, yeah, I killed the Golden State Killer. Yeah. Because this dude's old. Like, there's no way you're winning a fight, Cat.
75.
It's not happening anymore.
Fun fact. I don't know if you knew this. He was arrested in 1996 for a crime that was completely unrelated to the murders. He fell for a ruse. So pretty much in, I don't even know when. I forgot the date, and I didn't write it down. I'm great at this. He went to a gas station and didn't pay for gas.
Yeah.
And then left, or he held up a gas station. There was conflicting.
Either way, he
reports on
didn't
that.
pay. That's what you're saying.
So he fell for this ruse where the government sent out a something saying that he won free Super Bowl tickets and to report to a certain office in, I think, Sacramento.
Bro, they Nigerian Princeton.
Yes, and
shit.
And you know what happened? The judge pardoned it and just let him go. So weird that they didn't DNA
The judge was
test
probably
or
like, "You're
anything.
so dumb. We're gonna let you go." Yeah, you would think they'd at least fingerprint him or some shit, like try to get.
Something.
And they could have caught him way earlier.
There
was another moment too where I believe he was pulled over. Like something went wrong with the crime he was doing. The person he was doing the crime to was able to get to a phone to the police, and he ran away. And as he was leaving and escaping in his car, the police pull him over. And he's like, "Oh, I'm a police officer. I heard about this on the scanner. I came to look and like help you."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm off clock, but like I'm here to help." And they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And they check his car, and in the back seat, it was either back seat or trunk, but it was like the bag of like all the stuff he used, and they like let him on his way, and he like helped look for himself, and like just went on his way. That's nuts to me too. I hope those cops don't feel bad. These guys are just so good at like. Sometimes these dudes are like super dumb, and then sometimes these dudes are like chameleons, and like they know what they're doing. And this guy was, for the times with the technology they had, he knew how to beat it because he was a cop, and it's interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And I was trying to do some research on the police murders like his case in the United States. I could barely find anything.
They're not reported on a lot.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not looking in the right place or something or what.
Yeah.
But
it's a little conspiracy theorist of me.
It was so weird to me. Like, why am I not seeing more cases? I know there's more. It's not just one.
Yeah, they're there, but they're usually
why aren't
buried.
The United States officers getting their shit together like the officers in UK?
Derek Chauvin's lawyers are arguing to have the case moved out of state because they claim that George Floyd's family getting money made so much media attention again that he's going to be judged misaccordingly for people hating him because the story's going to get picked up again and everything. So they want to move him out of state to be judged by people who I guess wouldn't know him as personally or something.
I hope they don't do that because it's supposed to be a jury of your peers.
Yeah, like they do a really good process from my understanding.
Which would be the people you live around. Do you not understand? Like you learned this in high school, bro.
Maybe they're just worried, like because they know people know, like a lot of people consider what he did fucked up. And he's going to get convicted of at least, like, the lesser degree charges. But either way, it's jail.
Yeah.
Unless the judge is, like, pardoned 5 years or some shit. Like, we'll take off this many. You're charged for this, but we'll take off this much time.
It's shitty, man.
I got that Law and Order, like, knowledge, but I don't know much about, law, politics, and shit. So I don't want to speak out of pocket. But, yeah. It's weird. It's interesting. And I just hope he receives a punishment worthy of the crime that he committed.
I hope he does too. Officers should definitely face the consequences of making mistakes. When you make mistakes, consequences happen. You have to accept them, or it just
even
it
if
won't
you
work
think
for
he
you.
just fucked up and accidentally killed him and it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah.
Which I don't know anybody's heart, but my own, so I can't say anything. There's some evidence saying that they had beef beforehand. There's some evidence saying Floyd was a little erratic during the arrest, but no matter what, at the end of the day, he did kill somebody, so you have to look at it like that.
Yeah.
And I wish people didn't make it about race. Like, yes, it is true, like, black men do get murdered. I just wish that wasn't used. Like, people didn't. The whole all lives matter thing annoyed me a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It, like, instead of being like, yes, Black Lives Matter, some people had the mind to be like, yeah, but everyone else too. And it's like, yeah, we get it, but damn, can you like pay attention?
All lives can't matter until black ones do.
Yeah, it's the biggest like equal rights movement in U.S. history, I think. And like I said in the last episode, even out of country, like, it was crazy. And like, I just hope nothing bad happens if people don't agree with the punishment put out. Mm-hmm. And I hope that whatever punishment put out, it makes people happy with the justice that was served, especially his family and stuff.
I hope so too.
We'll see.
Really do hope so.
We'll see.
I mean,
America gets a lot of chances to do the right thing, you know.
If the police are held accountable, you know how, like, this next officer I'm going to talk about, it has been. This is actually a pretty recent case.
Okay.
It happened on March 3rd, 2021.
Okay. Yeah.
This girl's name was Sarah Everard.
Yeah.
I messed that up a few times when searching and I felt bad. But yes, Sarah Everard. She disappeared on March 3rd. She was walking 50 minutes to her home in Brixton. She was in
Oh man, I remember walking.
Walking
home always gave me anxiety.
Oh my gosh! Like I can't even imagine the amount of anxiety this girl had.
I lived like 10 minutes from school.
Yeah.
But so I couldn't imagine that because I was like, it was like middle school age. I'd walk with my sister and I was always like, oh man, I hope some dumb shit doesn't happen. I've seen people get like just robbed of their shoes and shit on the sidewalk, and you just kind of like walk really quick, you know, like you go to the other side of the street.
Yeah.
So like, that was always my fear. We were so young, but that's what we had to do. So I couldn't imagine 50 minutes.
And especially, it was dark out. She left at 9 p.m.
Oh, shit. She worked till night.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks too. Yeah, fuck that.
It was dark outside. She left at 9. She was last seen in some security footage at 9:28. And then she was eventually reported missing on March 4th. Then, you know, a few days later on March 9th, the police arrested 2 people. One of them was... I do the messiest notes, dude. I'm not even going to lie.
You could do it. Use the wisdom of the notebook.
One of the people arrested, it was Wayne Cousins. He's a 48-year-old police constable.
So a police guy got arrested for the crime.
So pretty much they were able to be like, hey, this guy was not where he was supposed to be.
Oh.
He kidnapped this lady and murdered her. And they
were like, the time fits, yo. We got to question his ass.
Right. And they eventually found the body on the 13th and just all of the evidence came out. So they caught this guy quick.
Yeah. So he just so happened to be a cop that killed somebody.
Yeah. So but like the reason I'm connecting this to the Golden State Killer is because it was not even a second thought for the justice system in the UK to be like,
to look at evidence.
It's an officer.
Yeah.
They're like, US is like, it's an officer. Dang.
I know what you mean.
Maybe we should kind of push this away. But no, they were like, no, it's an officer. He's arrested. He's going to trial.
Yeah.
He did actually go to trial. On the... I don't know. He didn't go to trial yet. He's going to trial on October 25th, but he was convicted.
Okay.
So here's the craziest part about this entire story.
Yes, Queen.
We have seen our protests here in the United. There's been a lot of them lately because there's a lot of issues here. But there was a vigil for this girl, for Sarah.
Okay.
A vigil.
The murder victim.
They bring candles. They have signs. They honor her, and they show people that this ain't it.
Yeah.
How dare you?
They're talking. They're sharing her story.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's COVID restrictions in the UK, of course. There's COVID restrictions in the US too.
Yeah.
They literally tore this vigil apart like it was a violent protest.
Oh, damn.
There were women on the ground in handcuffs. Like, it was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
They overdid it, obviously.
Oh, way overdid it. And a lot of people are making the connection that because it was a police officer, they were angry.
Yeah.
And they took it out on them.
Corona's a
makes
weird
sense.
reason to use, like, to go that hard.
Yeah, and it makes sense, though, because just a few weeks or earlier, there was a sporting event, and a large group of people gathered. Guess what the police did? They didn't tackle and arrest people.
They just
I'll
politely
tell you
told them to go on their way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. A little interesting.
So, I mean...
There might be a pattern there.
I hope that guy gets life. I hope he gets life. I do.
Yeah,
You can't
obviously.
you can't just murder somebody like that and expect to get away with that. I genuinely...
Well, let's keep up on it. Let's follow it. Let's
Yes,
see
we're
what
definitely
happens.
going to follow it, for sure.
That's interesting. And again, it's not that we hate cops. We're just... The theme of the episode is cops that murdered people.
Yeah. And no, I hope people don't think that I hate cops at all. I really don't. I respect them. But with what's been going on in the United
worth
States
talking about.
lately, they need to be held accountable.
Exactly.
It has been way too long. Blue. Hi, Blue.
Does this work well? Should I tone it back down?
It looks good. If you can go back to the orange, it'll even out everything. There we go.
Baby, we're crispy.
Crispy. I hope that looks good. If it doesn't look good, we're
Tell us.
working on things. Yeah, let
Tell
us
us.
know. We're always happy to improve.
We're doing the meme of the fact that we know our camera's not the best, but it's the best quality anyway. So
It is.
we'll upgrade because we got that stimmy, boy.
Boy, thank you, creepy Uncle Joe.
Yeah,
for
thank
that
you.
Stimmy.
I'm glad I didn't have to get sniffed or anything weird like that.
Yeah, like that's.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm
That's
glad Joe didn't travel to every house in America just to give him a sniff. And
you want the
give us-
stimmy. He's like that guy
Yes,
in that
it's-
commercial with the fishing pole. Like, oh,
Here you are.
yeah, let me sniff you. Yeah, let me sniff you if you want it. Yeah, but I woke up. I was like, the stimmy hit. Tori was like, so we're going to Waffle House.
Yes.
She had it planned. She's a sucker for chocolate chip waffles from Waffle House.
Hell yeah.
Connor went, we went, and then it was like, oh, it's closed. We got to go to Denny's, and then he ate the green crayon from Denny's. We just had a great time. But yeah, so that's how we celebrated our stimmy.
Yeah.
You still waiting on yours, player?
No, I got mine.
Oh, you balling out?
I'm balling out.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for yet. I'm kind of holding on to it.
Get a
till I
Shark
figure it
Tank.
out. I'm not going to get a Shark Tank.
She's getting a Shark Tank.
in my small one-bedroom apartment.
Oh, come on. You can do it
I'll
like,
put it in my shower. Do
yes,
not have
above.
a shower anymore.
Get it installed above so you're taking a shower and
Like
you look up and there's
Shark
just a
Boy
shark.
and Lava Girl. Do you remember when he put him in the shower and like filled it all the way up and he was just chilling in there?
I think I remember. I don't know. You'll have to play the clip.
I kept him fed and in water.
Psychedelic.
Nice, that's good.
Yeah, that was good. I remember that.
Okay. Listen, the last thing I want to do to close this up is talk about something that actually happened yesterday. Today is the 17th. This happened on the 16th.
Okay.
This happened yesterday night.
Okay.
So there was a shooting in Georgia.
Oof.
That a lot of people think it was racially motivated. So I'm gonna bring the facts out. I want to get your opinion on it.
Georgia.
Georgia, bro,
Come
what
on,
you doing?
Georgia. What are you doing?
So, Mr. Robert Aaron Long.
Another dumb name. Another dumb name.
Roast him.
I revel for the day we
21.
get to cover. I mean, I don't want anyone to die, but we get to cover a bad guy with a dumb name.
He literally, pull up a picture of him right now. He literally looks like just a scraggly little, I don't even know.
Ew, he is a scraggly little. I don't even know. Ew,
Dude,
disgusting.
for real. I know you didn't even see the picture until like you edited this, but like for real.
It's gross. It's disgusting. It's gross.
So this dude, around 5 p.m. on the 16th, he busted into a massage, what is it called? Spa? Massage
Parlor?
spa? massage parlor? I don't know.
Like, is it like a couple beds laid out and you just come in and get your masseuse?
The name of it is Young's Asian Massage.
Okay, so yeah, you probably
So-
just go and get like your feet rubbed and your back rubbed and shit.
Yeah, so he barged into there like
Yeah.
a jerk, and he shot and killed 4 people. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 people and injured another. Come on, man, really?
And they think it's racially motivated?
Because there's more. He then went to Atlanta, and he killed 4 more people in a few separate instances. The shootings in Atlanta were in 2 places: Gold Spa, where 3 people were shot, and aromatherapy spa, where another person was shot and killed. So that's
And they're all
another
Asian?
4 people.
Is that what you're saying?
6 of the 8 people who died were Asian.
And this guy was like, was he
Why
like,
would
I
you
hate
go-
Asians? Or was he just going to places where like you would think or assume Asian people would be working?
That's what I would think, but wait, ask that question again. You said what?
So did he like leave behind evidence that was like, did he have like Nazi tattoos or some shit? Or was it like they were just like, yo, he's going to all these Asian places where there are Asian workers and he's killing people there?
That's what makes sense to me. I don't quite know.
Okay.
I think that's what the theory is based off of, is because he went to places that Asian people have businesses.
Yeah, Asian
like
businesses.
Massage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. So that's what the theory is that he went to those places to murder these people because of the there's a lot of hate around Asians.
Yeah, that's like
for
the new big
coronavirus.
thing getting talked about. It's like how it's spiked. There's like racism is spiked towards Asian Americans and,
Yes.
and Asian foreigners and stuff.
Look up hashtag Stop Asian Hate.
Yeah.
That you'll get a lot more information about it.
That just sucks, man.
On there who are
And it's like
about
not cool imagery for us because like when Pearl Harbor happened, we did things called internment camps with
Yeah.
Japanese Asian Americans, and it was like rough.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like Nazi Germany work camps like Auschwitz and stuff, but it was still like not good condition, and they were treated very poorly.
no group of people should be in a concentration.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Criminals, maybe, but
understandable if you genuinely think this person is a danger, but tossing everyone in a camp was like really gross, especially when you think about the people that we helped liberate
yeah,
were people that were tossed into, albeit much worse versions of, but still, any camp is a fucking horrible thing to be put in like that. So
yeah.
it's just interesting. So we have a history of it, and it's another thing, but like you don't really hear it getting talked about, and it's interesting that this is being talked about too, because I know in sports news recently there was a basketball player who was talking about how, I don't know if it was a specific player or like players. I didn't follow it too closely, but from what I read was he was like, yeah, a lot of like Asian players are getting called stuff like China flu and shit when we're on the court.
Yeah,
And it's weird because we're just here to play basketball like anybody else. And I was like, dang, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
It's not something like you can show. If anyone did it, it was the government. So like to just blame random Asian people or people of Asian background is like stupid as fuck to me.
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, I don't know who thought racism was a good idea, because it literally only brings down the vibe, my dog.
We should find a specialist to talk to about that. Maybe we could find someone who like studied racial history and like can explain why people suddenly started not liking each other. It's probably difference of culture, and like it probably goes back to like tribal times and shit.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
But we all come from
if-
Africa.
If you
Science.
have studied racial things, please
Yeah, reach
let
out.
us know. We have an email that
Here's
you
our
can
email. Ba, 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 ba. Hit that up. Email us. And I hope it's not a prank. That would be rude. Don't prank us.
I mean, you can prank us, but only if it's good.
We'll
as
just
good
read
as
them out
the-
loud and respond to them as we see fit. That'll be fun. So yeah.
How much
Why do you think racism? It's fluid.
So, one thing I really like is YouTube drama. I know you like YouTube drama a little bit
I think it's
too.
funny.
I think it's funny.
I wouldn't wish it on me or anyone I love.
I think it's funny. I love it. And
I think it's interesting to see how people react.
Yes.
Both the people involved in the drama and the people watching it.
Yeah. Yes. So,
But I don't
there
partake. I try not to
is
partake.
Like, what do you mean? Like, be involved in it?
The most recent, the most dramatic like drama thing I ever took place in is when PewDiePie's music video against Cocomelon got taken down,
Bruh.
for reasons that were like violence to children. But there's like a ton of music videos and like other creators' videos like
It's
where children and violence are
he's a
involved,
YouTuber.
but they aren't getting pulled down. And it's interesting, like to me, that's like my YouTube drama though. It's like, man, I hate when businesses do dumb shit like that and they can't even be like squared up about it. Like they can't even be honest.
When I leave, you want to keep doing this. But then when I come around, you don't want to post up.
Straight facts, man. I don't like businesses
But, like-
being involved in YouTube when YouTube started out as a like single creator platform. And
Yeah, I'm glad people can get their money up.
I genuinely think it should stay that way, and there should be a completely different side of YouTube for the companies.
Yeah, I'm glad people can like make profit off of their creation, but
Yes.
it's always weird when they do stuff like that because it's like, whose side are you on? When you think about it, Pewds is a massive creator, the highest subscribed to like person, like like YouTuber. Like he draws a lot of people in to use your site, so you would think maybe like you would at least talk to him. Maybe he could edit it out. You know, I'm sure they take multiple takes, but still, at the end of the day, what a weird reason to give when like. I'm sure Eminem has a music video that's violent where there's a kid in it. Like,
Yeah.
There's like horror movie clips with
What Is
kids
Love?
in them.
What is Love with Lil Wayne and Eminem? Look up the music video. There's kids
it
getting
up.
beat up in the video.
Do it. Look it up. We're going to show you.
Beat up and bullied.
Yeah, it won't have audio, but you can look. They're getting beat up. That's kids with violence, YouTube. What's up
I'll
with that,
take
man? Are you going to take us down now? Because we showed a
we
clip
don't
of Kids
go.
of Violence from another song. Do it. This is a social experiment. I'm challenging you to a battle of the mind. That's a throwback to the last episode.
Battle of the Mind.
With the mind flex.
Yes. If we could actually get that someday, just to
Well, with
would
that
be so
stimmy boy, we gonna get it. We gonna get it.
The drama I wanted to talk about though.
Yes, of course.
Surrounds something that really upsets me: sexual assault. So trigger warning for anybody who gets triggered by sexual assaults.
Yeah, that is a triggering thing. It's on the list.
David Dobrik, who is a pretty famous YouTuber,
David.
blogger, etc., has some pretty shitty content out there. Let's be honest. He has some good content. He has some shitty content. His shitty content
He's very
is
half
really
and half, you would
shitty.
say. I don't know him that well. I know of him.
Yeah. So he had a bit where he pranked a friend who
Is this the gay boy kiss prank?
right. So they were like, "Oh, this hot girl is going to put this mask on and you're going to make out with her for a bit for the vlog."
Interesting, yes.
They switched it so it wasn't a girl no more. It was a man. His
It's like the
name's
creepier, older version of Wolverine.
Jason Nash is his name. You can look him up if you want.
Yeah, I'd hit it. What's up, Jay?
So Mr. Nash put on the mask without the man's name is Seth, without Seth knowing. And
Yeah, they didn't tell him,
made
hey,
out.
you're going to make out with a
Like
boy.
full on, like tongue down the throat, make out.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
See, like that's disgusting.
So it wasn't
That's
just a
not
little-
cool. And not only did they do it once to him,
Oh, yeah.
they did it 2 times.
Oh, they did it twice?
Yeah, so they did it that time for like, oh, it's just a bit. Then they sent him a email making him think that he got a part for a commercial. And the commercial
Was it Oreos?
was I don't
Oh,
remember. It was a fake commercial. It was by David. David sent him this fake email. And what he was supposed to be is he was supposed to be surrounded by these ladies in gorilla suits
Hot.
and make out with them.
Ooh, nice. And he
It
didn't see this coming. So to be clear,
wasn't
after the
ladies.
first time, he was like, yo, don't ever fucking do this to me again.
Yep.
Not cool with it. They were like, word.
And then
the
they
second
did
time,
this, thinking he thought he was going to get paid for this commercial. He goes, he gets pranked.
It was
and
actually
practically sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even get money for the commercial. He
doesn't
was
even
supposed to
get money. They didn't even pay him.
David tried not to pay him.
How
I don't know if
rude.
he's paid him at this point, but
How rude.
disgusting, not cool.
How very rude.
Not only that, but there's another instance with David involved. There was a
How many times is this dude gonna get kissed, bro?
No, it wasn't. This is a different situation.
Okay, I was gonna say, you think if you'd hang around, you at least like have that radar up now, like like, I know I don't want to hang out with no one in a mask. Fuck that shit.
I mean, for Seth,
I feel bad for him though. I do.
Fortunately, it only happened to him 2 times. No one should have to say that. Let me be honest here.
Yeah, true.
This next situation involves David's vlog as well. He had a person on his vlog named Dirty Dom. Now,
Dirty Dom.
This guy, I never liked him. I used to watch David's vlog a little bit.
Name.
I do not like Dirty Dom at all. He invited some girls who were under drinking age.
Under drinking age,
And
gasp.
He wanted to have sex with them.
Oh my god!
They weren't having it.
But they weren't under sex
This is
age.
from. I want to just say that this is from Trisha Paytas' first person encounter.
Oh, you're filling me
with
in on the
this.
juicy deets.
She was there when this happened, so I'm coming from her. This was from the Frenemies podcast. Shut up. So these girls, they didn't want to have sex with him. He was pushing. I want to have sex.
But then
with
they
these
just
girls.
brought that booze out and they partied hard?
Right.
Okay.
David was like, let's buy him some alcohol. Let's get him some. They got some hard stuff. These girls
Oh shit, that
were,
Henny? The Ciroc?
I
That
don't
hard
know
shit.
what kind of alcohol they got.
That Four Loco, Jillian? I know you like Four Loco, bro.
Yeah, bro. Four
She likes
Loco.
fruit punch flavor. If you guys wanna send it
projectile
in.
vomited. Do not bring.
Yeah, can we get sponsored by Four Loco? That'd be so lit. Dude, Four Loco, sponsor us because Jillian drank one and threw up.
Julian. I don't know where I felt like I get a little drink around here, do you, bud?
Okay, no, this is like serious.
Yes, of course. Sorry.
It's okay. So these girls did not want to have sex with Dom.
Clearly.
David got them drunk because he wanted to have a bit where he films the guys.
Oh, shit. They did it for the Vine.
Outside of the door.
Ooh, they
while
did it
were
for the
having
Vine.
sex. So Dom locks.
He captured all their love noises?
Huh?
He captured all their love noises?
I don't know if it was in the vlog, but the guys, everybody was listening.
Ugh.
You could probably find the footage. Everybody was listening.
That's so weird.
Yeah, so gross and disgusting. Dom
That's like
locked her
technically
in
porn,
the
I
room.
think.
She was blackout drunk. There was no way consent was
I feel
anywhere
bad. Yeah, I feel
near.
bad for them.
Yeah, it's like
That's rude.
it's disgusting.
Even if they did
It's-
like want to have sex or in the moment they were saying yes or whatever, it's still not cool. Like they clearly didn't know they were being filmed.
Yeah, they didn't know they were being. They weren't filmed. It was outside of a door, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Recorded.
Okay, yeah.
Recorded,
I mean,
guess.
it's disgusting. It's not cool. David Dobrik, I know you put out a really shitty apology.
Oh, shit, call
it
him out,
wasn't
Joe.
even an apology
We'll fight you,
video.
David Dobrik. We'll
it
fight
was
you.
absolutely
But not really.
horrible. In all
I'm fat.
honesty, you need to take
As fuck.
accountability. And saying somebody can consent at one time and then take back their consent at another time, that doesn't make any sense at all. You can't say, hey, I'm okay to do this, and then after it has happened, say, oh, I'm not okay to do this anymore, because it's already happened. Also, the definition of a prank. I don't have the exact definition up here.
She's going
but
off,
if
fam.
somebody is being pranked,
Yes.
do you think they know that the prank is happening?
No.
And they can consent
I think
to
the way it
I
works
didn't
is
think
like.
so either.
So here's the thing.
I did just
I think
go
they
off.
talked about it in Jackass on like a behind the scenes. But like I think they film it and then they pay that person or offer to pay that person and they ask like, can we use it in the film? And like they get their consent form signed and they can like have their face blurred if they want or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think there are also certain reasons they can do that too, because like they're out in public, so maybe they're allowed to film things that happen in public even if they're creating it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I feel like it's the same thing that happened with like Logan and Jake Paul, right? When you're making the same shit every day, over and over and over and over again, and you got to put this out, or like on a quick schedule, you got to constantly be coming up with ideas, and you got to get this out because this is how you make your money. You do dumb shit and like you don't question it. Like, that's the thing. I've always said I want to talk to Logan Paul and like, but without him beating my ass.
I mean,
because I would definitely ask some hard question. I don't know. For me, it would be uncomfortable, and I wouldn't want to make him uncomfortable. But like, I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Yeah. But like, I would ask him like, I would want to ask him about like that dead body shit and like. How, like, I know like he went on this like spree where he went on to news stations and he apologized and he explained it and he did a lot of work with suicide prevention and like a lot of cool shit, but it's like I would like to know where he's at now, because that's such a crazy situation to get put through.
Yeah, I mean, in my
making
opinion,
a mistake
though,
that's broadcast, like making a horrible mistake that's broadcast to pretty much everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't really. Here's the thing. Yeah, it was a mistake, but I don't really agree with you. The fact that
and he also chose to
every
post
single
it.
day. You know, he posts a lot, and that is like. You know, he posts.
Do you think
a lot,
the need for
sometimes
constant content drives people to do shit they wouldn't normally do?
I think that yes, but I also think that those people should 100% all of the time be questioning the content that they put out.
Yeah, especially if you got a team around you.
Logan should have looked at that and been like, okay, let me put myself in a position that is lower than my fucking ego.
And now he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, bro.
Yeah, and think for 5 seconds that showing a dead body probably isn't a good idea.
That's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Would I dig somebody's grave up and show that body? No. So why would I do it
it's just not,
in this instance?
They could have even filmed and been like, oh shit, we found something, and then filmed the afterwards and been like, they could have showed the coroner's like bust. I think they did, but it's like they didn't even have to show like the body. Yeah. And then I think another thing that unsettled people was the way it was like nonchalantly handled in the video, and that could have just been shock.
See,
it could have been like, holy shit, we thought this could be a thing, but we didn't know it would actually be a thing. And it's like, yeah, that's what the place is known for, man.
There's actually a meme of Logan the moment after he saw that. I'm pretty sure he's wearing like a green hat.
Yeah.
And his face is like
the aliens from Toy Story, and he's like,
yeah, or whatever.
That pissed people off too.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm also interested in how people are, like, clearly he came back from it. I don't know if it's because people hate him so much, but, like, Floyd Mayweather, in all, respects, is considered one of, if not the best boxer, like, pound for pound. He's undefeated. He beat Rocky Marciano's record of 49-0. Mm-hmm. So, like, he's got the most undefeated wins in boxing. He makes a fuck ton of money. He's, like, the most paid athlete. Or at least there have been times where he was the most paid athlete. Mm-hmm. And, like, he's going to box Logan Paul, who, like, I've seen their training and shit, and I can tell, like, they know what they're doing. They've taken it seriously. They've been training for a long time, like, couple of years, under very solid teams. Like, they know what they're doing. People might not like the Paul brothers, but they know how to box. Not, like, top 5, top 10, not even top 15. Yeah. That would be the challenges, is, like, because those guys do it for fucking years, like 10 years. Mm-hmm. But they can box for sure. Like, they can throw hands in the ring.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it's the draw of, like, because everyone hates him, like, they want to see this fight. So, in that case, do you think he regrets making everyone hate him? Because now he's got this huge opportunity that he might not have had everyone not hated him and want to see him get his fucking ass beat. Fighting Floyd Mayweather makes you money, and I'm not talking like money. Mm-hmm. I'm talking like fuck that shit money.
Yeah.
Like, I can buy an Iron Man suit money. Conor made around $100 million when Conor McGregor fought him. Mm-hmm. And that was like 7 rounds or something. And he lost. But still, like, I'd fight. If Floyd Mayweather called me and was like, do you want to fight? I'd be like, yes. I know full well I'll get murdered, but shit, that brain damage is going to be lit when I got fucking maxed out Grand Theft Auto cheat code bank accounts, dude.
For real.
I'm lit for it.
Yes.
How do you feel though?
You asked the question. It was, do you think they regret it? I mean, because they had the other opportunities.
Yeah.
I think that they shouldn't have they should have just been wiped off every platform.
Yeah, it's crazy. They still keep their platform. That's the thing.
I genuinely do not like them, and in my opinion, if
and
they
I'm not
were
for censoring anyone,
actually held accountable for the shit that they did by us, the viewers, they would not be this big at all.
That's the bottom line.
That's true. That's true. I'm not for censoring anyone, and I think everyone should at least have a platform. Like Alex Jones is fucking hilarious. Even I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says. I do think that he's judged differently than if you actually sit down and watch his shit.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think he deserved to be canceled and like completely stripped away. I just,
because we're gonna have a new scale here. I'm actually gonna have it made digitally where it's on a scale of goblins. Is it charging into a goblin's nest, hacking them to pieces, or is it just going, around the goblins? Is it kissing goblins, even though you still stab them, you give them a kiss? Or is it catching them in bed with a goblin? And then the final scale, is Trump going to have babies with a goblin and actually help the New World Order and turn against us like Darth Vader? Is he going to marry a goblin? So you just learned about another level of the scale, not just in bed with a goblin, marry a goblin.
When I say platform, what I mean is like these big fights and these big, like all that fame.
They should be able to benefit from their shitty actions.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry.
That makes sense.
Well,
in that case, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah. I think my mouth is dry.
Super dry. Because guess what?
I have talked my actual ass off.
We've been super fried this whole episode. Sizzle, baby.
Super fried this whole episode. And I absolutely love talking with you today, dude.
Yeah, man. I love this. Everyone that watches us, we appreciate you. We love you.
We appreciate you so much.
Even if we only had 2 people that watched, we would do this shit. This is fun.
Yes, it really is fun for us.
From where we've come from, now I get to have conversations with my sister like all the time and shit. It's rad. Speaking of, we're going to be building up to a beautiful big moment on our podcast about a legendary thing.
Legendary.
A legendary family moment.
We talked about it before, maybe
a little
on
bit.
The podcast a little. So if you've
so you guys got to stay tuned. There's a reason we talked about cops doing dumb shit today.
There's a reason.
We're building up. You'll see. Stick around.
See. We have tea that is old, but it's boiling.
It's
boiling.
If this thing was comparable to a movie in my life, this is the national treasure of my life right now.
Yes.
I have been searching, and Jillian used her internet wizardry, did some crazy shit, and she found the thing I've been searching years for because it was like a rumored legend in my family. So we're going to be building up to it. We're going to have some cool guests too coming up, by the way. A great friend of mine named Leah. I'm going to be doing an interview with her soon. It'll be here eventually. She lives in Texas. She dealt with the crazy ass snowstorm, and she has some wild stories about stuff that happened around her, and she's also a really cool person. So we're going to interview her and talk to her, and it's going to be cool.
Hell yeah. It's going to be awesome. I hope you guys, again, I think I said this already, but I hope you guys are liking the changes that we made. I hope you like the format.
We're trying our best.
If you have any suggestions on what we can change up or what we can do better, leave it in the comments.
We spent a lot of time dreaming up this baby for you guys.
Yes. And what we'd also appreciate is if you went into the description underneath the video or of the audio on Anchor.
Please do. It takes 2 seconds.
Let me be honest, the audio confuses me. I just know you too.
It's true.
It takes 2 seconds. We have links to all of our social medias. We're starting a TikTok soon. It's going to be amazing.
My goal is ads. I want to sell you guys sex toys. You have no idea the fun shit I could come up with.
We want to be sponsored by Adam and
Eve.
Tag them in the comments.
If you want, yes, please tag Adam and Eve. Hello, Adam and or Eve. Sir or madam. Please sponsor us. Let me sell giant dongs. I'll show them off. I don't care. I will do fun things with them, non-sexually, to promote your product.
It'll be amazing, and we appreciate and love you guys, and I think we'll see you next time.
You know, we can even do a model of my asshole.
On the Stank Space Podcast. Bye.
Merch, baby.